Hey there, welcome! Today, we are going to master a super important tool in English, the simple present tense. Seriously, it's the powerhouse behind how we talk about our daily lives, our habits, and just facts. Stick with me, and you're going to be using this thing with total confidence. Okay, take a look at this sentence. Hamsters run all night. Pretty simple, right? It's a clear fact. But have you ever stopped to think about what's going on under the hood grammatically that makes it just work? So what is it? What's the secret rule that makes this sentence tick? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down. And here's our game plan. First, we're going to figure out what this everyday tense is all about. Then, we'll dive into its two main jobs, talking about habits and truths. After that, we get practical with the basic formula, then negatives and questions. We'll also clear up a really common mix-up with the continuous tense, and then we'll wrap it all up with a quick recap. Sound good? Let's do it. First things first, what in the world are we even talking about? Let's get a really solid, clear definition. So, the simple present tense is what we use for actions that are happening now, sure, but its real superpower is describing two things, regular habits and general truths. And believe me, those two functions are absolutely key. All right, let's really dig into those two main jobs. Because if you can get your head around these, you've basically mastered the whole thing. This lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? Over on the left, you see a habit. It's a routine. Pauline practices the piano every day. But on the right, it's a general truth, a fact about the world. Hamsters run all night. Just notice how the exact same tense can handle both of these different jobs so easily. Okay, enough theory. Let's get to the fun part. Time to get our hands dirty and actually start building these sentences ourselves. And here's the best news. For most subjects, I, you, we, and they, it could not be simpler. You just use the basic, original form of the verb. That's it. No special endings, nothing fancy. I write, you go. So simple. Now this right here is the one crucial exception. This is the spot where most people get tripped up, so pay close attention. For he, she, or it, you've got to add an S or ES to the end of the verb, every single time. And this table just shows that rule in action. You can see the pattern, can't you? I ask, but he asks. We work, but she works. Once you get this little S rule locked in your brain, you have officially cleared the biggest hurdle. Okay, so we know how to make positive statements. Now let's level up. How do we say something isn't true, or how do we ask a question? Making a sentence negative is actually really straightforward. All we need is a little helper verb, do or does, and the formula is beautifully consistent. You take do or does, you add not, and then, and this is the important part, you use the plain original root form of the main verb. So I want becomes I don't want. And check out what happens with Pauline, who is a she, we use does not want. Did you see that? The S didn't just disappear. It basically jumped from the main verb, wants, over to the helper verb, do, and turned it into does. Pretty cool, right? And you know what? The pattern for asking a question is just as clean. You just start the whole sentence with your helper verb, do or does, then pop in the subject and finish up with that plain root verb again. Look at these examples. Do you know? Does she enjoy? It's the exact same parts we used for the negatives, we just shuffled the order. The logic is totally solid. Now, let's talk about something really important. This is probably the #1 point of confusion for English learners, so we are going to make it crystal clear right now. This slide just contrasts them perfectly. The simple present on the left is for habits and facts. She writes daily. It's her routine. But the present continuous on the right is for something happening at this very moment. She is writing now. So, one is about a general ongoing state. The other is about a specific action happening right this second. Wow, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's just boil it all down to the absolute must-know essentials. Okay, so here's the whole lesson in a nutshell. Step 1, remember what it's for, habits and truths. Step 2, use the basic verb, but don't forget to add that S for he, she, or it. 3, for negatives, you bring in your helpers, do or does plus not. And finally, for questions, you just start the sentence with do or does. That's the whole system right there. So why does all this matter so much? Well, because this tense is the absolute backbone of how we talk about our daily lives and the world we live in. Getting this right is totally fundamental to clear communication. So I'll leave you with this final thought, a way to put all this into practice right now. Just think about your own life. What's one regular habit you have? What's something you do that you can now describe perfectly using the simple present tense?